Oh, you're finally waking up. Hey, relax. Stop yelling, would you? Jeez, I'm not gonna hurt you. Mm, Look, if you don't calm down, I'll be forced to knock you back out. There you go. I knew I should have gagged you. Alright, I know what you're thinking. Who is the strange person? Why am I tied up? And what am I doing here? I know, me kidnapping you isn't exactly the best first impression, but I think you'll come to understand. What do I want? Look, I'm getting to that. Let me start at the beginning, alright? I saw you for the first time over at the Market District 5 days ago, in the early stages of the night. You looked like the easiest target I'd ever laid my eyes on. So I started stalking you. Market District that night is no good place for an innocent little thing like yourself. Huh? Yeah, I'm a thief. Look, it's complicated, alright? I do what I have to survive. Now shut that trap of yours and let me continue. I had clung to the shadows as you, the lost little lamb that you were, seemed to walk around in circles. I decided I'd wait for you to get near an isolated spot so I could nab your coin purse. But that's when I noticed them. A couple of stalls down. Someone else was stalking you. They looked like they were up to no good. I didn't know exactly what he was planning on doing with you, but I wasn't about to find out. I thought, nobody takes my prey. So I switched my focus from you to them. I started hunting the hunter, you know? He had absolutely no idea that I was tailing him. I've been in this line of work for a while. I'm pretty good at what I do. Our little game of cat and mouse had gone on for a couple of minutes until he was in the perfect spot. When they had gotten into a good position, I chucked a dagger right into their throat. They collapsed behind the stall that they were standing beside. You must have heard the thud because I noticed you turn around, but I guess you thought nothing of it since you kept walking shortly after. Huh? What are you looking at me like that for? Don't you realize I saved you? Who knows what that creep would have done with you if I weren't there? Anyway, something in me felt different after that. Not because I killed a man, mind you. He certainly wasn't the first, and honestly, I doubt he'll be the last. The thing is, I didn't want to take from you anymore. I got this odd feeling inside of me saying, I gotta protect this poor little creature. Imagine that. A seasoned criminal like me growing a heart. So I kept following you. Keeping a close eye, you know? It took you a while, but you eventually found your way to where you were going. I've been watching you ever since that night, protecting you from afar. There weren't any other incidents since then, but that doesn't mean nothing would ever happen again. So I start thinking to myself, how? How do I protect my baby? And that's when it hit me. It was so obvious. I'll take you here, to my hideout. So I devised this neat little plan. My experience led me to dabble in chemistry. Turns out, being an amateur apothecary has loads of applications for thieves. I learned the formulas for a bunch of different tinctures and tonics, including the somnifacient drug made from foba root. That means it induces sleep. I put a bit of it in your water when you weren't looking. One of the side effects of foba root, it includes nightmares. So, sorry if you had any spooky dreams. It was a price I had to pay, you know? Look, I know it isn't right to drug someone, but what did you expect me to do? Walk up to you and say, hey, You don't know me, but would you like to come to my hideout so I can protect you? No. There was no way I could just convince you in advance. I was left with no other option. Sometimes drastic measures need to be taken if you want things to get done. So, I'm sorry, but it was my only course of action. Anyway, after you had a couple of sips of that water, you were out like a baby. Heavens, you looked so adorable while you were sleeping. I watched you for a bit as I waited until the coast was clear. Then I picked you up and carried you here. I may not look it, but I'm actually pretty strong. You gotta be strong if you want to carry as much loot as you can. Nearly got caught by a guard on the way here, but boy is the security in this town full of dummies. All I had to do was toss a glass bottle to the other side of the alley, and the idiot dropped everything to go investigate the noise. No trouble after that. So, yeah, that brings us here. You're all up to speed now. What am I gonna do with you? I thought I told you. I'm gonna protect you. My sweet little thing was gonna be eaten up by this world if I didn't swoop in to save you. I'll keep you here. Tied up, for now at least. I can't trust you to not run away, you know? I know this probably isn't what you want, but look, it's what you need. You can live a long, comfortable life here. With me. My life of mischief has got me pretty loaded. I could get you whatever you want. Speaking of which, we should get to know each other better. Tell me everything about you. You don't know where to start? Alright. Let's start simple. How about your favorite food? Yeah, I've heard of that one, but I've never made it. I'm not the best chef, but hey, I'm a quick learner. You give me a couple hours and a recipe, and I'll figure that thing out real quick. You'll warm up to me, I promise. I'm really not a bad guy. Tell you what, I'll get started on that meal, and you just keep lying on the bed and do your best to relax. I'll be back soon, my precious.